What does it mean to truly sacrifice for the greater good? How far does one's duty extend when called to action, and at what cost? Does a love for country outweigh fortune and fame? Football player turned Army Ranger Patrick Tillman would likely say yes if he were still with us. Hi, I'm Cole, and I'm fascinated and inspired by Pat Tillman's story, and I am so excited to share it with you. I consider him to be one of my heroes, and you should too. To honor his memory and inspire people everywhere, I will shed some light on his amazing yet tragic life story, as well as demonstrate how Pat Tillman exemplified the values of patriotism, service, and sacrifice, in the hopes that we can all grow and learn from his extraordinary life. Without further ado, let's get into another episode of Philosophy. Pat Tillman was born on November 6, 1976 in California. Tillman showed from a young age that he had a gift when it came to football. In high school, he excelled on the field and caught the eye of recruiters at Arizona State University. After a successful 4 years as a Sun Devil, he was selected by the Arizona Cardinals in the 1998 NFL Draft. Tillman quickly became a fan favorite for his tough playing style and exceptional work ethic, but it was not his career in football that would define his legacy. Tillman was a self-described patriot. His love for America was one of the only things he loved more than football. With the attacks on 9/11 came the U.S.'s war on terror. Young men from across the nation dropped everything to enlist in the armed forces. In spring of 2002, Tillman made a decision that shocked the sports world when he turned down millions of dollars and a successful career in the NFL to enlist in the Army. For a man with a promising career and significant fame, this was an act of extreme commitment to something greater than himself. Tillman's decision to serve our country in its time of need shows how much he loves America and his dedication to protecting her. Just like in his NFL career, Tillman excelled in the Army, reaching the rank of specialist and earning a spot in the elite Army Rangers. One fateful day in 2004, Tillman's unit came under friendly fire while on patrol in Afghanistan. Tillman was hit and killed in action. The story of Tillman's death devastated the country, especially in the sports world. Millions mourned the loss of their hero, and although Tillman has passed, his legacy lives through organizations such as the Tillman Foundation, which supports veterans and families who have lost loved ones in battle. There's so much we can learn from the way Patrick Tillman lived his life. He exemplified three core values: patriotism, service to others, and sacrifice for the greater good. These values are what make him worthy of praise and recognition, and are values that we need more of in today's world. Pat Tillman's sense of patriotism was driven by a genuine desire to contribute to his country in its time of need. His decision to leave behind a successful football career and enlist in the military in the aftermath of 9/11 demonstrated a deep love for his country. Tillman's choice to serve was grounded in moral conviction to protect the values of freedom, democracy, and everything that he cherished. The concept of service is perhaps best embodied by Tillman's life choices to fight in a foreign war despite the personal costs. His time in the Army was marked by the same level of discipline, commitment, and selflessness that he had shown as an athlete. Whether on the football field or in combat, Tillman embodied the spirit of service, always striving to give his best for others. Tillman's story is one of ultimate sacrifice. He gave up not just fame, wealth, glamour, and a successful professional football career, but ultimately his life. Tillman had everything you could dream of and walked away from it all to put the greater good ahead of his own self-interests. In my opinion, Patrick Tillman was the closest thing we have to a real-life superhero. In conclusion, Pat Tillman's life is a powerful testament to the values of patriotism, sacrifice, and service. As we commemorate the life of Pat Tillman, we must look inward and reflect on our own values and actions. We must ask ourselves, are we living lives that contribute to the greater good? Are we willing to sacrifice for causes that go beyond our own interests? Tillman's story compels us to live with integrity, to serve others selflessly, and to understand the true meaning of sacrifice. Let us honor his legacy by embodying the same values in our daily lives, by being better, by serving more, by putting the needs of others before the needs of ourselves. In doing so, we continue to make the world a better place, just as Patrick Tillman did. I encourage you to keep Patrick Tillman's story in your heart. If you would like to learn more about Tillman, you can find his biography on the Tillman Foundation website or by clicking the link below. There you can also find ways to get involved in honoring his memory, as well as how you can assist in helping them to help veterans across the country. Thank you for tagging along with me this semester. I hope you enjoyed it. This is Cole from Philosophy, signing off.